LeBron James gets that news today. What is today?
Today's his birthday.
Oh, I'm sorry. The greatest birthday gift that LeBron James has ever gotten is the reality, the smack in the face that he's no longer an all-star.
The Craig Carton Show. Only on SportsGrid.
He's out again. Anthony Davis is injured once again and is going to miss time with the Dallas Mavericks for a minor groin strain. Likely will miss a few games. And I don't even know what a few games is to Anthony Davis, because Anthony Davis seems to always be missing time.
Pro basketball today. Only on SportsGrid.
I know exactly what Patriot Nation is screaming this morning. It's Drake May time. Give him the trophy. MVP. Stop it, please. Just sit down. Yes, Drake May has had a nice season. But let's be real. He has played a JV schedule of defenses. He is carving up the easiest slate of defenses in the NFL this season. Congratulations on your beatdown of the Jets.
The early line. Only on SportsGrid.
The champagne pops. The clock strikes 12. But New Year's isn't won at midnight. It's won on the gridiron. Every snap, every number, every edge that matters. Don't just watch the ball drop. Watch the odds drop. College football playoff coverage. Live lines. Smart analysis. All New Year's Day. Only on SportsGrid.
And welcome in. It is in-game live game day on a fabulous football Friday. Scott Wetzel and Gabriel Morency for the next 2 glorious hours, right up until 10 p.m. Eastern time. We do have some college football. In fact, we got 2 college football bowl games. Got a decent slate of college basketball. We got NBA, and we have the NHL on ice outdoors in Florida. You heard that right, believe it or not. We'll get to it all, but first up, it is game time. What's betting you off tonight, Gabe?
Well, what's betting me off is I'm a little sad, Scott, that the bowl season is coming to an end, right? We go from, wow, this is not a very good game, or look at that dumb matchup, too. You're telling me it's over? Right? Like, this is it? There's nothing left? So, and it's very bizarre, isn't it? We have 2 bowl games on, the last 2 bowl games, and they're going head-to-head. They're on at the same time, which I find to kind of be bizarro world as well, but it is what it is, so let's embrace the final college football bowl games that we have. And, hey, we're down to the Final Four in the playoffs as well. So there's really not that much college football left this year, guys. So let's embrace it and try to pick some winners tonight.
Yeah, it is kind of weird that they are going head-to-head. You know, it's, you know, we've had 35 games or so where it's basically been isolated on an island. And now we have
all day, too, Scott. all day. So why
right? And not even staggered. You know, have one at 8, okay, even like 9:30 or even 9 o'clock. Just stagger them a little bit. But no.
Let me just throw in, what the hell are we doing with this hockey game on a Friday night at 8 o'clock? What are you doing? Yeah. Like, well, we can't play during the day because it's too hot. Well, maybe you shouldn't be playing there then. Like, you know what I mean? So you go on through all this trouble, Scott, to do all this big outdoor thing and this blah, 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 blah. And you're going to get blown away by an Arizona bowl game. Like, what are we even doing here? Like, why? This is the best time? You guys thought, yeah, you know what? Let's put a Friday night at 8 o'clock against those bowl games. I just don't get it, Scott, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it's the NHL. It's the one thing that I said the NHL actually has. We'll get into it, that they screw this thing up. So,
and Friday nights isn't a good TV night, guys. Just for the record, like in the TV industry, people go out. It's not a good TV night Friday night.
It really is. That's why the NFL, I don't care what people say about this high school stuff. It's the NFL saying, you know what, Friday night really isn't that good anyway. So we're not going to make a fuss about playing Friday night.
That's a good point. Because if they really cared, they would go to Congress and they'd say, we're playing Friday nights, and you're not stopping us.
Yeah. There's college football games on Friday night. Don't tell me about worrying about high school. If you can have college football games, why can't we? So, opening pickoff time. Speaking of the bowls, I love this one. I really do. It scares me how the line is so low, but I like over 51.5 or so. Arizona beat SMU. Both starting quarterbacks are really good. Both starting quarterbacks, Fafita and Jennings, are playing tonight for Arizona and SMU. So maybe there's some other guys, but, looking it up, normally there's like 5 to 10 guys for both teams. That's really not the case here. So I don't know why this is only 51.5, but I'm going to bite.
Oh, it's not. It's gone up, Scott.
SMU.
It's 55 right
so
now.
There you go. Okay. When I looked at it this afternoon, it was 51. Wow. You're right.
It's 55.5 now, yeah.
Right.
I agree. Listen, we just kicked off, actually. I'm on. I like it too. I think there's going to be points in this football game. We are on Arizona in this game, and you look at SMU guys 0-4, Scott, in the last 4 bowl games. They lost in last year's playoffs, so they've actually lost 5 straight sort of postseason games. Arizona is a good. It's going to be a fun football game, and guys, the Holiday Bowl, Scott, of course, always meant for points, right? In the old days, They would always, they would look for teams that would entertain. It was like, oh, yeah, the Holiday Bowl. You got to watch that one. That's going to be an entertaining game. So we'll see if we can sort of have a throwback to the Holiday Bowl. But 3 of the last 4 Holiday Bowls, guys, have had 70 or more points scored. So like I said, like the game is designed for points. Like they want points. They bring teams. They don't bring like Army or Navy to the Holiday Bowl. Like they want explosive games. So I'm going to go with Arizona here, and I'll take the over as well, Scott.
All right. Next game, Mississippi State. I'm going to take them, if for no other reason, just to put the black cloud on the SEC, which has had a horrible bowl season. 4-8. You throw out the 2 games that there were 2 SEC teams playing. They've only won 2 games, and one was against Tulane, where they were playing non-SEC competition. But you know what? One more attempt on Mississippi State. They weren't supposed to be here. They were only 5-7. Got a late call. I like playing on those teams. They have a little sense of, okay, if we're going to go, then we're going to play versus the other teams. Wake's playing for their 10th win, a little something there. But I'll take Mississippi State laying the 3 against Wake Forest.
No, you know what? This game is interesting. I was thinking about it, and the more I dug in and sort of actually looked at it, I come to the conclusion here, how the hell, like, what Mississippi State, this is like an SEC thing. How the hell is a 5-win football team a favorite over an 8-win team? Like, Wake Forest are real. Like, Wake Forest are a real team. They're 8-4 on the season. They actually have won 6 of their last 8 football games, including wins over SMU and Virginia, right? Like, Wake Forest are a real team this year. Mississippi State are 5-7, and they're only here because nobody wanted to play in the game. They ran out of 6-win teams. They didn't have enough. Teams declined the invite, and Mississippi State said, yeah, we'll play. To me, this is just, this is like SEC. This is because they're an SEC team, Scott, and you just said it. The SEC blows. It's overrated. Give me the ACC, which I think is underrated. I'm going to take Wake Forest. Wake Forest are 8-2 this year, guys, when they rush for 130 more yards. It's not a lot. Are they going to get to 130 tonight? I think they will. I don't think Mississippi State are very good. So I'm going to take Wake Forest here, Scott.
All right, we'll be on opposite sides of that one. How about a little hockey, outdoors hockey? There used to be a time where this would be an automatic underplay. I looked it up. Outdoor games, 14-10 under their initial start when they started doing this, 25 or so years ago. But it's been actually the other way. It's been more overs now to unders, including 5-1 their last 6. So I'm not going to do that. I still don't like playing it. Who knows what that ice is really going to be like, especially third period when the whole thing is melting and falling apart. But it's the Rangers, Rangers outdoor game, Rangers, 14-10. They are on the road. Florida's only 13-11 at home, if you want to count this as a home game. So give me the Rangers. You're getting odds plus, plus 120. Not a lot, but at least you're not laying odds. So give me the Rangers on the road. Yeah, 4-8 it was to the under to start. And then 19-3 over since, including 5-1. So that's why I'm going to stay away from that. But I'll take the Rangers on the road.
I'll take the Rangers tonight. It's a toss-up hockey game. To be honest with you, I think there's going to be probably more Ranger fans there, Like there's a reason why they did it against the Rangers, right? Like the Florida Panthers, how many fans do they really have? And they knew, all right, there's a ton of New Yorkers in Florida, and it's an easy trip to go to as well. So I don't really think it's going to have sort of like a bowl game vibe, like a kind of a split crowd for this hockey game tonight. You are right about it. I used to like the unders. The thing is, though, it's not really outdoors, this game. Like it's in a baseball stadium. There's a roof. Like it's kind of like we're playing in a mall or something like that. So I like the unders when it's like windy and cold outside and there's like snow on the ice and stuff like that. It slows the puck down like a real outdoor hockey game. But this isn't, Scott. This is sort of like, I would agree with you. I wouldn't bet the under here. I didn't play the total, but it would be over nothing for me in this game.
Yeah. Last one for me. I'll go NBA. There's not that many games on the slate. I liked it a lot better when it was 1.5, 2.5. It's up to 3.5 now. That's Portland laying 3.5 at New Orleans. Basically any chance I can go against the Pelicans, who have been just awful. Outside of a weird, out of the blue, crazy 5-game win streak they had not too long ago. But I'll take Portland laying to 4.5 or 3.5. They're 5-4 the last 9.
SMU scores immediately.
Yeah,
immediately. So we got 1350 mark, and we got 7 points on the board. The total has just jumped up to 60.5 right now.
Yeah. Hard not to like the over. Yeah, we said it. Both like the
How
over.
about this?
Right
80-yard reception. Longest pass play in Holiday Bowl history. Surprises me.
Jim McMahon.
Yeah, we already have a record tonight. 80 yards.
Just like that. All right, game live underway. 4 picks coming up.
LeBron James gets that news today. What is today?
Today's his birthday.
Oh, I'm sorry. The greatest birthday gift that LeBron James has ever gotten is the reality, the smack in the face that he's no longer an all-star.
The Craig Carton Show. Only on SportsGrid.
Like Alabama, right? Is there a team that scores more than Alabama? No, right? But they're actually an under team over the last couple of years because their numbers are so high. You get these Americans in Queens College or Denver. Who the hell's betting on them, right? Nobody. So the lines stay low. They're just like, no one's hopping all over them. But every time you see an Alabama game, you're betting over, but you're losing money because the numbers are so big.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Sometimes those coaches do get the axe regardless of what the owner said just a few short weeks ago. And sometimes, Joe, you can't have it both ways. Like a Jets fan, you probably want them to tank. They're doing a really good job of that by not even being competitive at this point. But at the same time, you sort of want it to be, we're not competitive winning games, but it looks like we have a future. We might have found our quarterback. We got a good foundation. Nothing is going right.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
He's out again. Anthony Davis is injured once again and is going to miss time with the Dallas Mavericks for a minor groin strain. Likely will miss a few games. And I don't even know what a few games is to Anthony Davis because Anthony Davis seems to always be missing time.
Pro Basketball Today, only on SportsGrid.
All right, opening pickoff is in the bag. Here we go. I got over Arizona SMU. They scored a touchdown there, so it's up a little bit, but we're off to a good start. I'm on Mississippi State laying the 3 against Wake. I got the Rangers plus the 120 against Florida in the outdoor game, which is yet to start. And then little dabble on Portland. Who wants to really lay odds? But it's New Orleans. They stink. So give me Portland laying the 3.5, 4.5. No matter what line you got for our opening pickoff. What are yours, Gabe?
We've got Arizona plus 3 points. I bought a half a point. I got it up. It's been bouncing around. That number was all over the place. So in the end, I ended up with Arizona plus 3. Bet the over as well. I took the in-game over 59.5 just a second ago because I figured, you know what, this is going to end up being a big-time track meet. We're on Wake Forest. You can get 3.5 with Wake Forest right now. We've just kicked off. So I got Wake plus the 3, and we are on the New York Rangers in the Outdoor Classic, whatever the hell they're calling it.
Yeah.
The Winter
that
Classic.
Is the one thing, like I said, the Winter Outdoor Classic, that's what I was saying at the top there. It's the one thing the NHL has, right? Each sport has their own little, the NFL, it's the Super Bowl, baseball, is the All-Star game kind of takes over, NBA.
Well, baseball's got the Field of Dreams.
Really
this is what this is like. It's the Field of Dreams, or like the NASCAR game they play,
Yeah. And it really has,
give credit to baseball.
It might not. Yeah,
give credit to baseball. It's pretty cool, those things they do. Like the NASCAR stadium was a big, like it was bad weather, so it sucked. It rained on them. It always bad, but I mean, people had a horrible experience there too. I guess they ran out of beer, they ran out of popcorn. Like they didn't have anything. Like I don't know what happened at Bristol. They screwed it up pretty good, but it was a cool concept, right? It looked cool. The players liked it. They loved the Field of Dreams game and stuff. So yeah, I like it. I'd like to see the NBA, do some stuff. Like they were talking about the NBA Cup next year, Scott. I hear it's but to me it's not that, like, what's the difference? Like they're supposedly going to do it at Cameron.
Yeah.
That's going to be the first one. So they're going to play the NBA Cup at Duke's home court. It's like, that's not that cool. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. All right, whatever.
68,000 or 65,000.
Come up with something cooler. Yeah, like you know what? I like to see an outdoor game. Yeah, I like to see an outdoor game in the NBA.
Go to Rucker Park or something. You can't obviously have it in the wintertime.
Dodger Stadium, man. Set up a court. Put a court at Dodger Stadium. Have the Lakers playing the Warriors or whatever. A lot of good match. You know what I mean? Whatever. It's a lot of good matchup you come up with. Oklahoma City, whatever. Play Oklahoma City. Put them at the Sooner Stadium, or I guess it would be Stillwater, right? Whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Either one. Yeah, either one.
Oklahoma State Stadium, Cowboys, whatever the hell it's called.
Listen, I don't know if you'd sell out. But you'd get a bunch of people. Maybe they're afraid, it's like, that's the NHL thing. We don't want to step on your toes going outdoors.
I don't think they want to play in the sun.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You sort of, you would kind of have to do it at night, I guess, but it would change the shooting. Okay. You know what I mean? It would change the shooting, but it'd be cool. I'd like to see it, but I'd like to know. There must be a reason why they haven't done it.
Yeah. The only thing I can think of is, like you said, they don't want to step on the NHL's toes. Bettman used to work in the NBA, but that was a long time ago.
No, they have nothing like that. No, it's more a logistic thing, right?
Yeah. But you could do it, right? I mean, put it, a game at Fenway Park, put it in the infield, Celtics versus whoever.
You look like, exactly. It writes itself.
30,000.
And we have had outdoor basketball games. College does it. Right, and it's usually always something bad happens. If you remember, like we played on
too.
Yeah, we played on a Navy ship before, and there was condensation on the floor. They had to stop it.
Yeah,
Like it just they couldn't control it. Like you're on the ocean, man. It was what it is. Like they kept on mopping the floor, but it just constantly got moist and just sort of slippery. They had to stop the game. They're like, hey, we just can't play. Like it's too slippery.
Yeah. Some kid's going to blow his knee out, just because we wanted to play on a boat. But come up with some different things. But, even like I said, the NHL's got their one thing, but even they screwed this up, playing it on a Friday nights.
Well, they used to do it during the day. They would do it New Year's Day, and it would go against the Bulls. But whatever. It'd be like, we're just going to go have it at like 1 o'clock, New Year's Day, whatnot. It's a strange time to do it. Like, just to me, if you're going to go through all the trouble to do it, it seems kind of bizarre to do it on a Friday night at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's so and you got other games going on, Scott, you know what I mean? It's like it's just another game. Like, you know what I mean? There's other games tonight. Like, it should be isolated. Why didn't they start it at like 6 o'clock or something as well? Like, it's pretty late to start 8 o'clock. Like they haven't even started. Like, have they started yet?
No,
not yet. They were going on and on, whatever, like I said.
We got 8:20 to start time here. So
you know what? There's on tonight too. There's all kinds of stuff. We got that indoor golf TGL.
Yes,
that's why I'm just flicking around. I see it right now. Yeah,
that's on. So
I bet this stuff, Scott. I was pretty good at it last year. I followed it. I haven't followed it yet this year because they're idiots. Like, why the hell would you start your league like December 27th or whatever? Like, this is week 2. So this is week 2. They started last week against bowl games and stuff. Like, what are they doing? Yeah. It doesn't make sense. Like, the TGL guys, regularly, it's normally on Monday and Tuesday nights. Like, once Monday Night Football is over and stuff. Right. All right, we'll plug this in on Mondays and Tuesdays, because you got a bunch of teams. So you got Monday and Tuesdays. I don't know what the schedule is, Scott, but last week, I think it was Friday as well. It's kind of caught me off guard because I like to bet on this stuff. But I'm like, oh, man, I was unprepared for the start of your season, guys. So I'll catch up next week. I'm not going to bet it now.
Yeah. I don't know why they wouldn't have it on weekends. I mean, that's when I know you don't want to go head to head with the football and all that, but listen, that's when golfers want to watch or used to. They're normally watching.
Golf slot. You're right.
Yeah,
and we got World Junior Hockey. There's all kinds of stuff for a Friday night right now. Finland and the USA. Yeah. Finland lead the U.S. right now 3-2 with 6 minutes left in the hockey game.
Ooh, how about that? All right. Any surprises with the Olympic? I know the USA came out with their team today. Overall, whether it's your Canadian boys or USA, and we talked about Connor not being on the team, but any other surprises for you?
No, you know what? It's pretty predictable, right? I mean, basically, guys, it's the 4 nations, and then you had an extra 5 spots for players, right? So there really wasn't too much of a debate. For me, Cole Caulfield. Cole Caulfield's a hell of a player who, they just don't seem to, they don't like. I don't understand. Lane Hudson's a really good player, Scott. He's a Montreal Canadian player as well. He's still young, but Cole Caulfield, I guess they just think he's too small. They don't like his defensive game.
All right, we'll check out all the lines of some of the games in Game Live continues on the grid.
LeBron James gets that news today. What is today?
Today's his birthday.
Oh, I'm sorry? The greatest birthday gift that LeBron James has ever gotten is the reality, the smack in the face that he's no longer an all-star.
The Craig Carton Show. Only on SportsGrid.
Like Alabama, right? Is there a team that scores more than Alabama? No, right? But they're actually an under team over the last couple of years because their numbers are so high. You get these Americans in Queens College or Denver. Who the hell's betting on them, right? Nobody. So the lines stay low. They're just no one's hopping all over them. But every time you see an Alabama game, you're betting over, but you're losing money because the numbers are so big.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Sometimes those coaches do get the axe regardless of what the owner said just a few short weeks ago. And sometimes, Joe, you can't have it both ways. Like a Jets fan, you probably want them to tank. They're doing a really good job of that by not even being competitive at this point. But at the same time, you sort of want it to be, we're not competitive winning games, but it looks like we have a future. We might have found our quarterback. We got a good foundation. Nothing is going right.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
He's out again. Anthony Davis is injured once again and is going to miss time with the Dallas Mavericks for a minor groin strain. Likely will miss a few games. And I don't even know what a few games is to Anthony Davis because Anthony Davis seems to always be missing time.
Pro Basketball Today, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the Grid. Scott and Gabe, hour number 1. We're talking a little hockey there. Jason Robertson. I knew there had to be somebody
that's a shock to me,
was like, right? That there had to be somebody that kind of got the shaft there.
Though, people didn't think he was going to make the team. So that's why, Cole Caulfield, same thing. Like when I said, it's not really surprises, but the Jason Robertson to me is just insane. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like Cole Caulfield, I understand. Like Cole Caulfield, he's smaller. He's not a great defensive player. And the U.S., it's Bill Guerin's in charge. They they want to be a little physical. The U.S. They sort of, U.S. want to out Canada, Scott. You know what I mean? Like the old, tough Canadian hockey, right? Canadian, used to be big Canadian, big defensemen. They're going to hit you, and it's physical when you play against Canada. Canada have gone more skilled. It's like the U.S. have sort of become what Canada used to be. And, Canada, says, let's just put our best players on the team. This isn't an NHL game. So you'll notice, Tom Wilson made the team, but for the most part, it's skill. U.S. likes a little bit more sandpaper for whatever reason, but Jason Robertson, the guy got 39 points in his past 30 games, bro. I don't understand. And he's on a good team. He's a winner. He's a great player. Bill Guerin must just not like him.
Yeah. He's a scorer, too. You got to have some guys that can put the puck in the net, right? I mean, the guy averages 35, 40 goals a game. The only thing I can think of is, what's the MO of the Dallas Stars? Like, they never get it done in the postseason. Maybe they look at him and say, look at your postseason numbers. They're not that great. Your team is always losing. Would they blame that on him? And they think...
No, that's a bad take. That's a bad take. Look at their goalie. It's Connor. The goalie's Connor Hellebuck.
Well,
right? Who doesn't win? And he's the one that doesn't play as well in the playoffs. He's always a stud in the regular season. No, Jason Robertson's the same thing. They think he's all two only offense. USA just tied the game with Finland with 3 minutes left. So Adam Fox didn't make the team as well. That's somewhat of a surprise a little bit, but I didn't think he was going to make it either. That's the whole thing. Anyone that follows hockey kind of knew who was on the team and who wasn't going to make the team. But the Jason Robertson one would be the one for me that is the most egregious, a mistake, where it's hey, you guys screwed up with that. How the hell is he not on your team? Canada, it's whatever. You're splitting hairs. It's hard to make Canada, right? I mean, Mark Scheifele keeps on falling short, Scott. He's a really good player.
Yeah.
He didn't make it to the Four Nations team. He didn't make it this time either.
8th in scoring, too, in the NHL. Robertson's always been up there, too, but Scheifele's he's a consistent,
Oh, he's a stud. He's a stud.
Yeah. It's kind of weird.
If he was Canadian, he would have made Team Canada, I think. I don't know. Like I said, for me, I don't know, their rivals, Dallas and St. Louis. Like I said, maybe there's something about him that Bill Guerin does not like, right? Or doesn't trust or doesn't want. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. He's too good not to be on the team.
Yeah. I'm not surprised Kreider didn't make the cut. He didn't play that much in the Nations 4, from what I remember. And I think the same thing with Fox. I think those were two, especially Kreider. I don't remember him playing that much. He was always kind of like the odd man out. So that I'm not surprised.
With Fox, it was basically Seth Jones kind of replaced him. Seth Jones was not on the team last time. Seth Jones is now.
I wonder if, listen, the Four Nations game was so popular, right? It was just a great success. I wonder if they could recapture that magic. I know it's the Olympics, so you would think yes, but it was the perfect storm, and it was USA and Canada. They got to play twice, and I just wonder if we're looking for a great, great, great thing, and it doesn't.
Oh, the Olympics
build up.
No, I don't agree. The Olympics with the NHL players, every single time it's been insanely good. It's over the top. It's the best players in the world, right? And they care. This is as big as it gets. Especially for Team Canada and some of these countries, the Olympic gold medal. But if you look back in the past of Sidney Crosby in overtime in Vancouver, how Dominic Hasek beating Team Canada in a shootout and stopping and winning the shootout. There's been some great drama in the Olympics over the years. The only thing the only thing I'll say is there's no Russia. Like I said, it's like having a baseball tournament without the Dominican Republic or the Japanese. It's kind of important to have Russia in a hockey tournament.
Talk a little football. Colby Dan joins us next here on the Grid.
LeBron James gets that news today. What is today?
Today's his birthday.
Oh, I'm sorry. The greatest birthday gift that LeBron James has ever gotten is the reality, the smack in the face that he's no longer an all-star.
The Craig Carton Show. Only on SportsGrid.
Like Alabama, right? Is there a team that scores more than Alabama? No, right? But they're actually an under team over the last couple of years because their numbers are so high. You get these Americans in Queens College or Denver. Who the hell's betting on them, right? Nobody. So the lines stay low. They're just like, no one's hopping all over them. But every time you see an Alabama game, you're betting over, but you're losing money because the numbers are so big.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Sometimes those coaches do get the axe regardless of what the owner said just a few short weeks ago. And sometimes, Joe, you can't have it both ways. Like a Jets fan, you probably want them to tank. They're doing a really good job of that by not even being competitive at this point. But at the same time, you sort of want it to be, yeah, we're not competitive winning games, but it looks like we have a future. We might have found our quarterback. We got a good foundation. Nothing is going right.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
He's out again. Anthony Davis is injured once again and is going to miss time with the Dallas Mavericks for a minor groin strain. Likely will miss a few games. And I don't even know what a few games is to Anthony Davis because Anthony Davis seems to always be missing time.
Pro basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the Grid. So we got two college football games going on tonight, and then we got obviously the semifinals in a week, in a short week actually, which is kind of weird since we waited a week and a half. But let's get some advice where we're going to go with these games. I'm bringing our good buddy Colby Dant. You see him here all the time here on the Grid. Sports Gambling Podcast Network is his home. His podcast, the College Experience Podcast. What's going on, Colby? How are you tonight?
I'm great. I mean, you got just a slew of games on left and right. So, I mean, this time of year, you got to remember back in like July when we're sitting there watching, I mean, no disrespect to the MLB, but you don't have much other options. So when you get just, a ton of games, it's a good time to be alive,
Yeah, it's sad. I said it off the top, Colby. It's over after tonight. The Bulls, you're going down to the Final Four and the playoffs, and this is it. Like tomorrow, there's going to be a lot of people waking up and like, there's no bowl game on? Like, you're going to be flicking around in the morning, and you don't know what you have until it's gone. Oh, we should note, though, we got the Monday night game, guys, right? Illinois State and Montana State.
I'll be there.
Oh, you're going?
You're
going?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'll be in Nashville, so let's go.
Wow, cool.
Yeah.
Who do you like? What are you going to be betting on?
I'm going to be betting on Illinois State because, Gabe, they've been a darling of mine. I took them on the road at Southeast Louisiana, the opening round of the FCS playoffs, which is a 2014.
And you've been riding their wave all the way through then every week?
Dude, so like at this point, even though I know Montana State's a wagon, I'm like, at this point, they've made me so much money. I got to continue. This is, and if you are not hip to the FCS, this run, they have been dogs. I think 4 straight games. And one of them, they were dogs by 24.5 points at North Dakota State. So I feel like I'm indebted to them at this point. It's like an old girlfriend, right? You're just like, you
have a choice. Yeah. They're paying for your trip, aren't they? You won so much. You're going to the game now.
So I'm saying, man, I'm getting that 10.5 points. I'm riding the money line.
Are you in Tennessee? Do you live there?
No, I'm in Los Angeles. I'm in Los Angeles.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, heading out there to check the I'm a big FCS fan. I think
Wasn't it always
What's
in
that?
Frisco, though? Since when is it not in Frisco?
Well,
Is this the
it
first
used
year?
to be- Yes, this is the first year, thankfully, because before Frisco, it was Chattanooga, right? And they had great crowds.
Oh,
But
was it?
Frisco,
Yeah.
one of the things I hated
And
about
not
the Frisco
San Francisco guys, but Frisco, Texas. Just for the record.
Yes, Frisco, Texas.
Yeah.
But they were playing at an MLS stadium. Like this is better to me. This is like you're going to be at a football stadium that's been around over 100 years. It's just a football stadium. Like I get it, Frisco. You know,
Where is it? Where is it? Is it at the Titan Stadium?
Vanderbilt Stadium.
Oh, they're playing at Vanderbilt. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So, gonna go. I'm gonna check out the Belmont basketball game on Sunday night. Belmont's got a
Nice.
good squad. I think they
Oh,
can
well,
make the
there you go.
NCAA tournament, maybe. So, yeah, man, I'll be out there. But Illinois State is the play. Part of the logic is this too. They have obviously been just a road warrior all year. They're gonna have the crowd because normal Illinois to Nashville is not that far. And then Montana State just won against Montana in the biggest game in the history of the state, the Brawl of the Wild, in the playoffs. So I think it's just, that you win that game, everyone's saying you're a double-digit dog. I think you're kind of just thinking, I got this. And Illinois State has been chippy for a little bit now, as you've seen with them winning every road game.
A fun quarterback.
I mean,
scrappy team. Yeah, just a scrappy team. I like
Tommy
the over.
Rittenhouse,
There should be
yeah.
points,
Yeah.
right? 56 and a half.
It's, yeah.
Tommy Rittenhouse, that
Wait.
quarterback you're referring to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was he bad? Did he bounce around, or just I'm just following them the last couple of weeks? Do I recognize that name? Was he somewhere else? Maybe not.
He
But-
might have been early as a freshman or sophomore, but he's been at Illinois State, I think, for a couple years now. But I mean, you got to give the guy credit. When they won at North Dakota State, he threw 5 interceptions and then delivered the game-winning touchdown on a deep ball and the 2-point conversion to go for the win. So I mean, gutsy performance with 5 interceptions, but he's been playing great besides that game.
Wasn't it 13? I see it's 10 now. Has it come down? I could have sworn. I thought
It might have been. It might have been.
Thought it was a little
it might
higher.
have been
I thought it was-
yeah. It might have been. Might have been.
That was 10.
But yeah, I think they'll have the crowd, man. So I'm going to take a shot on them at least to cover them. But I think the money line,
SMU
the
on
way
the
this.
move right now again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about that one, Cole? SMU 7-0 over Arizona. They scored the first minute or so of the game. They got the ball down at the Arizona 19-yard line. Gabe and I both like the over in this one. It was, I had it this afternoon at 51.5 or so. Then it shot up to like 54.5, and it's at 56.5 right now, midway through the first.
Yeah, I took SMU. And I think a lot of it had to do with, well, first off, when I bet this game, there wasn't many opt-outs, but I got lucky because I saw right before the kick, Arizona has 3 opt-outs that are starters. But I took SMU mainly because I thought the way they ended their season, they blow that game at Cal, right? Where if they had won that, they'd gone to the ACC championship.
Yeah.
And then on the other side of it, I know this as a fan that if you've ever been a fan of a team that's really hot and then you get a month break. Well, Arizona was super hot to end the season.
Yeah, 5
I
in a
don't
row.
like that. Yeah, I don't like that month break when you're playing that much. I can remember back in the day, the Colorado Buffaloes, when they destroyed Nebraska and had won like 10 straight games. You get that month off, and then Joey Harrington in Oregon puts it on them. I don't like that month off for the teams that are super hot. So
it seems like you're right about that. I like to find a number, Scott, about it, but it's true. So many times it'll be like, man, this team won 6 straight to get to the bowl. They won 5 in the last 6. And then you get the team that like stumbled down the stretch. It's almost like you want the team that failed in their last game as opposed to like that hot team coming in. I agree with your take. Yeah.
Little bit of a selling point for the coach. Like, who wants to lose this, the last game of the season? We could kind of turn things around.
Yeah, you're in a
here
bad
versus,
mood for the last 3 weeks, Scott, after the loss. You know what I mean? You're practicing a little harder now,
Yeah. All right. How about the second game? Mississippi State and Wake Forest. 8-3 Wake Forest right now. Basically pick them -1.5 over under. Pretty similar to the first game. We talked about 56.5.
I went with Wake
8-3.
Forest.
What a weird score.
They went for 2. They went for 2. Wake Forest is an interesting team, and I feel like they haven't been talked about enough. Wake Forest. I don't even know if you guys remember the Georgia Tech game. Wake Forest had a lead. Georgia Tech with I'm talking like a minute left in the game on a 4th and 3. They hard count Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech jumps offside, so the quarterback takes a deep shot because he's got
That was a
him
wild
offside.
game. I saw it. Yeah.
And the refs don't call anything. It was the worst call of the season to me because he's like the D end is like in the backfield, right?
Yeah.
And had they won that game, because of course they punt, but had they won that game, they would have been the 1 seed in the ACC.
I brought it up to Scott off the top, Scott.
Yeah.
They beat Virginia. They beat SMU this year. Like, they're good. They're a good football team. Getting 3 points against a 5-win team.
Their win total was like 4. I mean, like they doubled up their win total. Because they're Wake Forest, no one talks about that. But I actually think they were one of the better teams. Like, I know everyone's praising Miami. I almost think I don't know that Wake Forest would beat Miami, but I'm just saying they were the most consistent good team in the ACC this season to me was Wake Forest. So I went with Wake. But here's the thing.
They just kicked the field goal.
Mississippi State's playing with house money because they weren't supposed to be in a bowl, and all of a sudden they got the call. So it should make for an interesting game.
8-6. 7-12 left in the first quarter. So we have 14 points already in a weird way, but 14 points here.
Take them. We need some points out of SMU. They're driving here. How about Colby before we get to the
touchdown SMU.
The other side. Yeah. Oh, nice side. I'll get the extra point. 4-8. Throw out the 2 wins in which both teams were SEC teams, and the SEC is 2-6. They were supposed to be the greatest thing since sliced bread. The SEC, the mighty SEC. You're even going against them again tonight, like Gabe is. What's how do you explain that?
I mean, first off, I think part of the problem with this era is TV networks owning. Once the Big Ten broke away from ESPN, the TV networks own them, and it's created this illusion. I don't think these conferences are so much better than the other ones. To me, like there's too many good football players. So, but the SEC, Big Ten's got a lot of money, so SEC, I don't think can compete with that.
I think the ACC is greatly underrated too. The narratives aren't all true. ACC is good. They have a lot of good teams.
Yeah. All right, we'll preview this final. We'll come back.
LeBron James gets that news today. What is today?
Today's his birthday.
Oh, I'm sorry. The greatest birthday gift that LeBron James has ever gotten is the reality, the smack in the face that he's no longer an all-star.
The Craig Carton Show. Only on SportsGrid.
Like Alabama, right? Is there a team that scores more than Alabama? No, right? But they're actually an under team over the last couple of years because their numbers are so high. You get these Americans in Queens College or Denver. Who the hell's betting on them, right? No, but so the lines stay low. They're just like, no one's hopping all over that. But every time you see an Alabama game, you're betting over, but you're losing money because the numbers are so big.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Sometimes those coaches do get the axe regardless of what the owner said just a few short weeks ago. And sometimes, Joe, you can't have it both ways. Like a Jets fan, you probably want them to tank. They're doing a really good job of that by not even being competitive at this point. But at the same time, you sort of want it to be, we're not competitive winning games, but it looks like we have a future. We might have found our quarterback. We got a good foundation. Nothing is going right.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
He's out again. Anthony Davis is injured once again and is going to miss time with the Dallas Mavericks for a minor groin strain. Likely will miss a few games. And I don't even know what a few games is to Anthony Davis because Anthony Davis seems to always be missing time.
Pro Basketball Today, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the Grid. Scott and Gabe chat with Colby Dant. The Sports Gambling Podcast Network is his home, and the College Experience Podcast is the podcast that he hosts every single day. So let's talk about the games from yesterday before we preview the games, Colby. You know, the big one was last night. You know, this is the play that I haven't heard too many people talk about. And really, I think this is where Georgia screwed up. I want your thoughts. When they had it first and goal, they ran on first down. Ole Miss uses a timeout. They ran it on second down. Ole Miss uses their last timeout. They had a decision to make. A minute left. Do we run on third down from the 5-yard line, knowing that we're more than likely probably wouldn't score, but we'd be able to run the clock down to 15 seconds? We're going to overtime. Or do we pass, risk an incompletion, kick only a tying field goal, and the game, goes back to Ole Miss's hand with 55 seconds left? I don't think there's a wrong decision, but I was saying at the time, you got to run again. You know what? Maybe you get it down to the 1 or 2 yard line, and you can then decide if you're going to go for fourth down. But I'm not handing Ole Miss the football with basically a minute left, and I think that's where Kirby Smart ultimately screwed up. Your thoughts?
Yeah, no, and look, I can understand Kirby Smart as a defensive guy. His defenses have been super elite in his career. But the way that Trinidad Chambliss had played in the second half, why would you want to put the ball in his hand? I mean, the guy, every throw was just like, oh my God. Like, he looked like Fran Tarkenton back there, just running for 10 minutes and then making an amazing throw. So yeah, I'm with you, Wetzel. Even though I know Kirby Smart, I think he has a good enough excuse by saying, hey, we've had the most legit defenses in all of college football. I thought we could stop them and maybe even make a turnover, whatever. But watching the game, I was completely with you, Wetzel. I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're giving Chambliss, he's got an aura about him. He's playing. It was almost like, because I've watched Chambliss every game. I even watched him at Ferris State last year. But what it was watching just like a player that's on fire. Like when Steph Curry goes, and he's making just threes from like half court.
Right. Yeah.
I felt like when Chambliss was just in the zone last night. You know what I mean? So
do you think he goes to LSU?
I don't think after this run, I think Ole Miss. See, what's crazy about this was Ole Miss was gonna match Kiffin's deal. Yeah,
exactly. And you have money now too, so you'll just say, "Yeah, we already lost our coach. We're not losing Chambliss. He's got them. Like he's in a great spot, Colby. Trinidad right now because he knows.
And if he's smart,
the boosters they'll pay him. Like, and he can squeeze $5 million, $7 million. He can get a lot.
If he's smart, every kid in Mississippi will have his jersey too. Even if they lose the next game, but if they win the next game, oh my God! Like you would think not only off of his NIL with the university, but his own things that he could do with marketing. I would imagine what an opportunity that sits in front of him.
Yeah, I was watching the game on the 4-letter network 2, ESPN 2. And I don't know if you guys were watching it on that one. First of all, the Georgia radio broadcast was brutal. Boy, you talk about just boring. But here's the one good. They were giving you the camera angle of the camera that's on the wire. So when Chambliss was going back to pass, they were showing the entire secondary. And you saw the wide receiver. It was like, wow. And you don't appreciate how great this guy was last night until you watch that. Like, he was throwing like darts. You'd see like 3 defensive backs within a foot of the wide receiver, Colbert and Gabe, and it was like getting it in there. I was like, that was kind of cool. I did enjoy that from
his prop
standpoint. But
his prop was 256.5. I bet it. Easy win. 300. He finished with 362.
Yeah,
256.5.
I feel like, one of the great things that I thought happened yesterday in general, just this season, is it kind of, I've always thought recruiting rankings were always a little bit of a sham. Well, look at what you got right now. You got Fernando Mendoza, who had one Power 5 offer. He was originally going to go to Bryant University in the FCS before Cal came calling, right?
That's crazy.
So yeah, and then Diego Pavia was a New Mexico military transfer originally. Then he went to New Mexico State. Then he went to Vanderbilt. And now you got Chambliss, who was at Ferris State, who's a great program too, if you follow D2 football. But it just kind of disproves a lot of the stuff. Look at all the 5-star quarterbacks out there. Most of these guys are not playing at these levels of those guys.
Well, great. A classic example is Indiana. Indiana, their defense, they don't have anyone higher than a 3-star recruit. They don't have one single 4 or 5 star. It's all 3 stars. Their defense and 2 stars, etc. And whatever, like 1 star. You know what I mean? But Nick Saban was talking about it. He goes, guys, Cignetti's such a great coach. He goes, he doesn't have anyone higher than a 3-star on defense, and look how good they are.
Well, and Saban calling out JMU the week before, I disagree with his assessment because JMU is essentially Indiana. You watch that Alabama game, Elijah Surratt scores a touchdown.
Yeah.
The running back Black runs for 100 yards, scores a touchdown. The forced fumbles, both those guys were JMU guys that forced that fumble, right? And the 4th down stop was a JMU guy. JMU basically beat Alabama yesterday.
That's what I love about Michigan moving forward. It's basically we're taking Michigan. Now we're going to start adding the best Ute players. BYU players suddenly want in, and and the coaches. Like, guys, you see the staff that Michigan's put together here.
Oh yeah,
like it's legit.
And Whittingham gets those Pacific Islanders too. A lot of Pacific Islanders.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so now we're going to get the Samoans coming into Michigan.
Yeah.
The Mormons are coming to Michigan. Like, I never thought that if you would have told me 3 weeks ago that it'd be a Mormon-Michigan marriage, I'd be, you're nuts. What are you talking about? Like, Coy Detmer? No, it's not going to be here. But you look at Underwood, guys. He had no coaching. Did you know that Michigan did not have a quarterback coach, Scott?
What?
Wow. The other day?
Like there was no specific. No, like all year. Like there was no specific. No one worked with Underwood.
Wow.
Like he ran the offense in practice, etc. But there was no, all right, listen, we're going to work on your footwork today. Like, you know what I mean? Right. After, like, today we're going to work on your throws with this or that. No. He didn't have details. Now they got Coy Detmer. Like, now he's going to get unleashed.
Jason Beck, too.
Beck. You saw Colby. I mean, Underwood's great, but the kid's throwing off his back foot and stuff. It's like, bro, get a damn mechanic in here. We got to help this kid.
I mean, the things I keep reading about this Sharon Moore case, like he hadn't been talking to his assistants for months.
No.
It's like, how are you winning games?
The staff didn't talk for the last 6 weeks of the season, guys. Imagine that, Scott. Wink Martindale and the coach did not talk.
That's just done. Colby, we'll have you out before the games, I'm sure. We'll talk about it then. Thanks, Colby.
LeBron James gets that news today. What is today?
Today's his birthday.
Oh, I'm sorry. The greatest birthday gift that LeBron James has ever gotten is the reality, the smack in the face that he's no longer an all-star.
The Craig Carton Show. Only on SportsGrid.
Like Alabama, right? Is there a team that scores more than Alabama? No, right? But they're actually an under team over the last couple of years because their numbers are so high. You get these Americans in Queens College or Denver. Who the hell's betting on them, right? Nobody. So the lines stay low. They're just like, no one's hopping all over them. But every time you see an Alabama game, you're betting over, but you're losing money because the numbers are so big.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Sometimes those coaches do get the axe regardless of what the owner said just a few short weeks ago. And sometimes, Joe, you can't have it both ways. Like a Jets fan, you probably want them to tank. They're doing a really good job of that by not even being competitive at this point. But at the same time, you sort of want it to be, we're not competitive winning games, but it looks like we have a future. We might have found our quarterback. We got a good foundation. Nothing is going right.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
He's out again. Anthony Davis is injured once again and is going to miss time with the Dallas Mavericks for a minor groin strain. Likely will miss a few games. And I don't even know what a few games is to Anthony Davis because Anthony Davis seems to always be missing time.
Pro Basketball Today, only on SportsGrid.
welcome back. In-game live game day here on the grid. Thanks again, Colby Dant. The Sports Gambling Podcast Network is the home, and the College Experience Podcast is his podcast. So always enjoy talking with him, and we'll have him on before the games, and we'll break down the games for sure. Games going on right now. He gave us his thoughts on those two. SMU playing defense just forced Arizona to punt again, so they got the football inside their own 10-yard line, leading 14-0 there, and then Wake Forest added some points, so it's 15-6. Still in the first quarter on that one. So we're getting some points in that one.
I jumped on the in-game over.
Yeah.
I jumped on the in-game over. I got 58.5. I think I did just a couple of minutes ago. What did I get here? It was 58.5. Yeah, there are points. We're up to 21 already. And, we didn't get to, actually. It's always fun with Colby, but Michigan. We spoke about Michigan football a little bit, Scott, but Michigan basketball are in action. This is their first Big Ten game today. So it's like, all right, dude, they are so good. Like USC were scared, Scott, before the game. like they admitted basically. They said, yeah, this is not fun. Like this is not good. like the coach basically said, I hope we don't get humiliated by they don't make us look too bad. Well, it's 78-49 right now.
And they're ranked. USC's ranked too.
USC's a damn good team, Scott. Yeah, they're a good team. They're really good. And they said, yeah, this is their juggernaut. They admitted, the players and coaches said, man, we looked at the tape and we don't want to go. They were kidding about, we don't want to go. We don't want to have to go there on Friday night. This is wild, Scott, what Michigan are doing to teams. They are making elite teams. Look at Gonzaga, Scott. They beat Gonzaga by 50. Gonzaga are murdering everybody. And speaking of which, actually, I'm going to bet against Gonzaga tonight, Scott. It's coming up a little bit later on, but I'm going to take the 24 with Seattle. It's a lot of points.
Right. It is.
Seattle been really good this year, too.
Right? Seattle's pretty good. You got, that's where Gonzaga is.
Yeah, I don't really think about that. It's Spokane and Seattle, right? It's a little Washington state rivalry game.
Yeah, which always evens things out a little bit. So you got a big one coming up here, too, Michigan State and Nebraska. And who would have said that, at the beginning of the year, right? But Nebraska's big. Now, this is a step up now for Nebraska, right? This is their first, real, good, team that they're going to be facing. It's basically pick 'em. I think I'm going to take a flyer on Michigan State. Let me see Nebraska, win that one. We'll talk about it a little bit more in the late night pickoff. But, you got a couple decent college basketball games. I forgot about the Michigan one. Yeah, 78-49. 7 minutes left. They're given 31.5 now. Wow.
I do the same thing with every Michigan game. I do the same thing, Scott. I lay the points. I take the over, and I play the Michigan team total. Except it's getting ridiculous now. The Michigan team total was 97.5 tonight.
Yeah, it was 175.5. The game total.
Yeah, it's not going to get the overs are not good. That's why I sort of caught. I figured maybe USC could score tonight a bit, but Michigan games are going under because they're good on defense too, which is crazy. Yeah, they literally hold teams to 50, 60 points, and they hang 100 on you, and the game ends up staying under the number all the time because the other team can't score enough to make it go over.
Yeah. Nothing worse than that, having it over, and then you hear the initial score 93 or whatever, right? You think,
we'll see, Scott, though. They've scored 100 or more in six straight now? I wonder if they want to keep this going. I might have that you know what? Yeah, we want to get to 100. That's our standard. We want to get to 100. They're at 78 now with 7 minutes left, but they're up by 30, right? So... they're up by so much. Are they going to? Yeah, they're going to really keep this going, and they seem to have slowed down a little bit, to be honest, in the second half here. Michigan.
You need a couple of threes, get it to around 13, 14, 15, around 85 or so. And then okay, let's get to 100.
If USC went on a little run, maybe it would piss them off, and they'd be all right. Let's you know what I mean. But USC have given up. They just want to get the hell out of there.
You got to find teams, and it's not easy to do, but you try and find teams that have goofy little sponsorships. Okay, every time Michigan scores 100 points, you're going to get a free burrito at the local Taco Bell or something goofy like that. Then it gives these teams incentives. Those are priceless. If you could find that, whether it's NBA or college basketball, you find a kind of a promo like that, and the fans get into it.
Yeah, the players don't always. the players, LeBron a couple of years ago in Cleveland upset people when he was on the Caps. They were going to get a free burrito or whatever, and LeBron didn't shoot. Like, if he would have, he didn't shoot. He had the ball in the last, couple of seconds. And the stadium, the arena started booing and stuff. LeBron, said you're a loser if you care about a free burrito, so he pissed them off even more so.
Typical LeBron.
LeBron James gets that news today. What is today?
Today's his birthday.
Oh, I'm sorry. The greatest birthday gift that LeBron James has ever gotten is the reality, the smack in the face that he's no longer an all-star.
The Craig Carton Show. Only on SportsGrid.
Like Alabama, right? Is there a team that scores more than Alabama? No, right? But they're actually an under team over the last couple of years because their numbers are so high. You get these Americans in Queens College or Denver. Who the hell's betting on them, right? Nobody. So the lines stay low. They're just no one's hopping all over them. But every time you see an Alabama game, you're betting over, but you're losing money because the numbers are so big.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Sometimes those coaches do get the axe regardless of what the owner said just a few short weeks ago. And sometimes, Joe, you can't have it both ways. Like a Jets fan, you probably want them to tank. They're doing a really good job of that by not even being competitive at this point. But at the same time, you sort of want it to be, we're not competitive winning games, but it looks like we have a future. We might have found our quarterback. We got a good foundation. Nothing is going right.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
He's out again. Anthony Davis is injured once again and is going to miss time with the Dallas Mavericks for a minor groin strain. Light League will miss a few games. And I don't even know what a few games is to Anthony Davis because Anthony Davis seems to always be missing time.
Pro Basketball Today, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day, hour number 2 of our 2-hour extravaganza. We got a little bit of everything tonight, Scott and Gabe, till 10 p.m. Eastern time. College football, college basketball. Yeah, we got to get our late night picks in here. So a little late night pick off here, Gabe. I'll go back to college basketball. Like I said earlier, I'll take Michigan State, 12-1 versus 13-0 Nebraska. Great game. Kind of moment of truth here. And I hate Michigan State and I hate Tom Izzo. They're just too good. I just don't like for that.
Nebraska don't lose at home, though, man. I'll tell you that.
They don't. The fact that they're actually favored, albeit by 1.5 is the boys in Vegas are buying into them a little bit here. But I'll take my chances. Michigan State, with my money on the road gets the road win.
All right, I'm gonna go with Seattle here, and this game is just tipped off right now, so I'll start off with this. Give me Seattle. Great start, Seattle. They just beat Washington State the other night. They're the real deal, this team. The fact, I wasn't really thinking about it, but Scott brought it up. I never really thought about the rivalry aspect of it. It's a little concerning that Gonzaga might take them more seriously now because Seattle are just sort of an afterthought, but they're actually, they're 12-2 or whatever. They might say, hey, you know what? These guys are actually pretty good. Let's send them a message and let them know they're not. You know what I'm saying? So, Gonzaga could get into it tonight, but therefore I think it'll go over then. So give me Seattle, plus I got 24.5 right now, and give me over 154 in this game, Scott.
Right. I like the over, too. I didn't put that down on my list, but I always go over in Gonzaga games. I'm going to go under in the St. Mary's game. They're one of my automatic under teams. They are 8-6 over this year, but normally the numbers are in the 130s. This is a hefty minus, or not minus, but it's a hefty 146.5 against Portland. That they should have their way with them. You got to worry about them, winning 100 to 50, and the game goes over. Like I said, at home, I don't know if they necessarily do that, but give me under 146.5 Portland and St. Mary's.
I got a weird one here, guys. University of San Diego. The Toreros, our crew from the Jenny Craig Center. We've talked a lot about this team. They're on the road tonight. Yeah, they're on the road tonight. I know, Scott, this team because I bet against them a lot. Like I follow this conference. I like the Triton, so I follow this area. I'm on the West Coast, etc. So I follow it, and they're usually terrible. And I bet against them a few times, and I've watched them, and I'm like, you know what? They're actually better than they normally are. So they're a 6-8 basketball team. No one talks about this team ever. No one knows who the hell they are. But they're actually 7-6 against the spread. So they're scrappy. And San Francisco aren't that good. Like they're okay. The number's too high in my opinion, Scott, at 11.5. So you give me the Toreros plus the points. Give me the 11.5.
All right. I'm going to flip over to NBA for my last one. Listen, this Laker team is a mess. I don't know what's going on. I don't think they know what's going on. I bought into them when they were getting 2.5 against Detroit the other day, and they got blown out. I'm not going to fall for it again. They're laying only 3.5 against Memphis, but Memphis is doing okay. They kind of changed things around there a little bit, played a little bit better basketball. It's really more of an anti-Laker thing. They're begging to take the Lakers at home laying only 3.5, right? But something tells me that's got written all over it. Give me Memphis plus 3.5 to get the road win.
And my last play, just for the record, too, San Diego. I don't even remember, Scott. Their last game was against Gonzaga. They only lost by 6.
Yes.
99-93.
Yeah,
like
I'm telling you, San Diego. Yeah,
I'm just saying, San Diego can ball, guys. Like they're under the radar. Like they're kind of like Seattle. Like they're flying under the radar. But here's the last game, ultimate D-Gen special here. It sounds like me and Scott are giving you a lot of D-Gen picks here tonight. But Oregon State and Pacific. Oregon State and Pacific. I'll tell you what, the Pacific Tigers are not favored very often, right? But they're off to a nice start. They're 9-6 this year. They've always been a historically terrible basketball team. I just don't think they should be laying 4 points to Oregon State. Oregon State are an 8-17. They're evenly matched. It's a toss-up type of game. But I'm getting 4.5 with the Beavers. Give me Oregon State tonight on the road.
Got a 9-6 underway.
9-6 to the over, Oregon State, just for the record this year.
All right. And they're one of my automatic over teams, as a matter of fact.
It's 137 tonight, so it's kind of low. I thought about that. Like, I'll take the over as well in this game. I think it's at 11 o'clock. We got time for it.
We got 86 out of Michigan with 3 minutes and change left, so it's getting close. 163.5, but I got like 172.5 for the game, so
it's not going to get there.
Nah, it isn't.
Pretty crazy, eh? The one team scores 86 points, and we can't even crack 150. Like that's how good they are, like on defense. So it's 86-60 right now. So you know what? It's actually around the point spread. Like the Michigan's got to be careful here. Like they're laying 22, so. They're up by 26. Let's hang on for the cover because it looks like I'm going to lose the team total and the over the game. So I'm looking at 1 and 2 here if Michigan covers.
Got a couple games here where you had big favorites and they're trailing. We'll start with Louisville. Laying, I think it was 9, 10, 11 in that area against Stanford. They're on that West Coast trip there. They're down 1 at half, 35-34. They're laying 4.5, and at Ohio State was close to a double-digit favorite at Rutgers. They're trailing 43-41. They're laying only 3.5. So you got two near double-digit favorites, close games, monster discounts. I think I like the Ohio State one maybe a little bit better. Rutgers stinks this year. I don't know how they're hanging in there, but I think I'd take a flyer on Ohio State laying it's 4.5. I'd still take a flyer on them. I think they pull away.
A lot of Big Ten games tonight, Friday night. For Friday night, like a lot of big-time teams and stuff, like conference action. It feels strange to me to play your first conference game on a Friday night, but it is what it is.
Yeah, Stanford just scored again. I'm just looking over here. 20-0, pending the extra point there. I'm sure the extra point is good, so I'm a little bit behind. Yeah, 21-0. Wow.
Who?
Arizona
SMU,
didn't come to
you
play
mean?
at all.
You
Yeah,
said
SMU.
Stanford.
Oh, I said Stanford. Sorry. Yeah, SMU.
Yeah, I'm
scored.
like, what league? What sport is Stanford?
Yeah,
I'm like, what am I missing?
They hit a shot. You're telling me they hit a
I'm
shot?
surprised
Thanks.
about this. And you know what? This is a
I
classic
am.
example of we were talking about sort of a hot Arizona were hot down the stretch, right? Arizona were, that's one of the reasons I bought into this. Arizona were hot, SMU were not. Colby brought it up. It's sort of that reverse. I'm really surprised by this because Arizona were pretty good this year, Scott. 9-win team, gunning for 10. They were fired up for this game. Yeah, they're not missing too many players. A couple of kids opted up, but not much for the most part. Like they have their team. We'll see if they can get back in this, but SMU came to play, and they didn't so far tonight. And same thing, Scott. We got problems with the total. Like, is SMU going to win 56-0? Like, we're going to need Arizona to put some damn points on the board.
And Fafita's playing it too, and he's a good quarterback. I'm really surprised that they haven't put any points on the board. 55.5. It hasn't really bounced too much from where it was. It takes 2 to tango to get 56 points, 57 points, whatever it was. I'll tell you what, Gabe. Neither one of us really bashed the ACC. It is what it is. It's just how that playoff.
No, I like the
worked.
ACC.
Yeah, they got the wrong teams in the championship.
You know what
game,
it is with the ACC, Scott? Because Clemson are not good and Florida State are not good. People are then think, oh, well, the conference is no good. It's like, no, the traditional powers aren't that good anymore. But like, they're not great teams, Scott. But it's like a conference with very, very good teams, like every week. You know what I'm saying? Like SMU is good. Duke are a scrappy, tough team to play. We just saw they beat Arizona State, Virginia, etc. There's some good teams. Wake Forest. There's some scrappy teams in this conference. And let's not forget the Miami Hurricanes just beat the SEC. They just beat the Big Ten. All right, the ACC's in the Final Four right now.
I mean, they're going to be, if SMU holds on to wins tonight, they'll be 7-4, right? And really outside of the Pitt law, that was like
East Carolina at Pitt. Yeah.
With a third-string quarterback, they can't beat East Carolina, right? But other than that, Clemson had a tough one against Penn State, but you had Miami winning, you had Louisville winning, Cal won, Georgia Tech at least covered against BYU, and BYU's a terrific team, right? There's no reason.
Exactly.
Wake Forest is winning tonight. I mean, people want to bash the ACC, but in reality, you want to buy into.
It's better than the Big 12. I think the weak one and the overhyped one is the Big 12, actually, personally.
Yeah, Big 12 has not done well.
Big 12 is an okay conference, but I think the ACC is better.
Texas Tech can go up by 50.
LeBron James gets that news today. What is today?
Today's his birthday.
Oh, I'm sorry. The greatest birthday gift that LeBron James has ever gotten is the reality, the smack in the face that he's no longer an all-star.
The Craig Carton Show. Only on SportsGrid.
Like Alabama, right? Is there a team that scores more than Alabama? No, right? But they're actually an under team over the last couple of years because their numbers are so high. You get these Americans in Queens College or Denver. Who the hell's betting on them, right? Nobody. So the lines stay low. They're just like, no one's hopping all over them. But every time you see an Alabama game, you're betting over, but you're losing money because the numbers are so big.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Sometimes those coaches do get the axe regardless of what the owner said just a few short weeks ago. And sometimes, Joe, you can't have it both ways. Like a Jets fan, you probably want them to tank. They're doing a really good job of that by not even being competitive at this point. But at the same time, you sort of want it to be, we're not competitive winning games, but it looks like we have a future. We might have found our quarterback. We got a good foundation. Nothing is going right.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
He's out again. Anthony Davis is injured once again and is going to miss time with the Dallas Mavericks for a minor groin strain. Likely will miss a few games. And I don't even know what a few games is to Anthony Davis because Anthony Davis seems to always be missing time.
Pro basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the Grid. Scott and Gabe, hour number 2, handing out winners. Little college football talk. We had Colby Dan on before. How about the coach, Mr. Terry Bowden? Seeing here all the time here on the Sports Grid with the Bowden Blitz. Coach, we had 3 games yesterday. We got 3 more, in essence, coming up, the 2 semifinals and the national championship game. Let's start with the games yesterday. We'll go with the biggie, the one last night, Georgia and Ole Miss. Surprised that Ole Miss came out on top?
No, I really am. I really felt that from the last time they played and Georgia came back and won, that Georgia has gotten better and better, and the distractions haven't really hurt Ole Miss bad. But I said, you know what, they're not going to be quite as good. And then Kirby Smart, such a good postseason play coach, a game of adjustments. He reacts well and builds better to his team. That game was totally just confused. It proved me wrong. That quarterback was lights out. Nobody has played a better game, I think, in the playoffs than what he did against Georgia. I thought he was a difference maker in the team. And again, talking about Trinidad Chambliss. He just extended plays. He had imagination. He created. He extended. And then the play calling of Charlie Weiss. I just thought Ole Miss, they could not get them off the field. I thought they got outplayed and outcoached. And although it was a good football game, I think when you see a defensive-minded head coach like Kirby Smart on a 4th and 4 on their own 30 with 9 minutes left and 3 timeouts and only down by 3, that tells me one thing. He doesn't trust his defense to stop him. He doesn't think he can punt back to him. I'm saying, holy cow, that's where that game was at that time. And you know what? And he's probably right, because although he gave up 7 points, in the final 50 seconds, he couldn't stop them again. They drove down and kicked the field goal to win the game. So to me, Ole Miss and Miami are the 2 teams of all the 12. They were my last 2. And now
one of them's going to the final.
They're sitting there in the final 4, and they both are playing well enough. I do think Oregon and Indiana, I think that's the order. But I tell you, anymore, I think the talent level of all 4 of these teams, anybody on a given day can beat the other team if they're ready to play.
I hate to bring up Lane Kiffin, but we got to give him credit, don't we, Coach, in the sense of Trinidad Chambliss. Not a lot of people believed in the kid coming from Ferris State. Oh, he's not going to do well in the SEC, and he's got them in the Final 4 right now.
Well, great evaluation. Now, he was committed to Temple. That was his choice. That was all he had. And then Ole Miss went out there and said, we need backups. And so they were able to identify his talent. But the very fact that they went to a Division II and identified the talent level, Lane's been very good at that. He's probably been one of the best at getting people out of the portal. I think they're showing now that, hey, we're going to win without him. I think it's a great thing, because I think it's nice the story is Ole Miss now. I love that. But he really brought the talent level there. Chambliss was incredible pick that he had. And really, if you watch, and he gets rid of the ball so fast, they can't sack him. It's amazing how good he does at getting rid of the ball, then extending plays and throwing on the run. And you know something? He hit almost every one of his deep balls. Georgia threw a couple of deep balls, but the only time they made yardage is when there was a penalty for pass interference, and they made 10 yards. That sucker was getting 30 and 40 from the deep ball that he threw, but he really I thought he had a sensational day. Georgia could not make a yard on first down. Every first down, they'd get 1 or 2, and so they had a lot of third downs that they couldn't make, and it was just, Ole Miss beat them on offense, beat them on defense, and I thought they got out-coached.
Yeah, let me throw real quick at you with this game. I thought, Coach, that, when they had the ball at the end of regulation there on first and second down, they ran. And then the third down, they decided to throw, risking an incompletion and risking giving the ball back to Ole Miss with 55 seconds left. I would have run the ball, taken it to overtime. You're not going to gain 5 yards. I get that, but, you're going to bring it down to 10, 15 seconds. You kick the field goal, you go to overtime and take my chances. Would you have done what they did, throw, risk, incompleting and giving the ball back to Ole Miss with 55 seconds left, or would you have run?
Well, here's what you got to read, and I think I agree with you, except the fact that Kirby had seen they were not able to get that other team off the field at all. I mean, it was incredible. I don't think he wanted to give them the at-bats. I think he felt like if we went to overtime, the way their offense was playing, it might not be in his favor in overtime. And so I just think he wanted one more shot. In retrospect, yeah, let's go ahead and run the clock down, get a field goal, and see if we can win in overtime. His team has been statistically very good in the red zone. They run the ball very, very well. But Ole Miss has been strong throughout. But, I mean, you can question a couple of those decisions. I thought the play calling got ultra-conservative there in the second half. And the opening two drives, they went like 3 and out, ran the ball a couple of times, had to punt it away for a couple of times. And then they had to fake a punt to get the ball, I think, to keep the thing going. And so I think they got conservative by the time they caught up. They, again, caught up but didn't get enough to hold the game off.
They're almost becoming a little Clemson-like, in my opinion, Coach and Scott.
Oh, yeah, don't say that.
You know what I mean? In that, yeah, in the sense
true.
that, no, you know what I mean? Like in the sense that Georgia stalked the NFL, the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
And it was a hell of a run for a couple of years, and it was amazing, all the players they have drafted. But you talk about it, Coach. Georgia, they don't have star players anymore. Like, you know what I mean? On offense. Like, who's the star running back? Who's the star wide receiver? Journeyman quarterback type guys. Like, they really are kind of lacking star talent suddenly, Coach, which is crazy to think about if you think that that's the Georgia Bulldogs.
That's what happens, and I agree with you. I've said that earlier on the Bowden Blitz earlier today that Georgia right now they're in a staff meeting today. They must be in a staff meeting and say, okay, we got to go back and do what, and I think they're not as far back as Dabo got. Dabo totally opposed it, but I think they have to look at the quarter. I mean, Stockton's an outstanding quarterback. But he wasn't the best quarterback on the field. In fact, Dante Moore, maybe there's two, Mendoza, Dante Moore. They could have picked up a great quarterback, but they want to nurture and build with what they've done. That's what Dabo wanted to do. That's what they wanted to do. But look and see what the best teams are finding the number one quarterback and going out playing what they got to think. I think Georgia's got to rethink a little bit of the portal.
Talking with the coach, Terry Bowden, host of the Bowden Blitz. Coach, if you got another minute, we'll take a break. We'll come back, and then we'll get your initial thoughts on Ole Miss. Cool. Ole Miss getting 3.5 against Miami. Then we got Indiana laying 4.5 against Oregon. We'll get the coach's initial thoughts on those games when we come back in Game 5.
LeBron James gets that news today. What is today?
Today's his birthday.
Oh, I'm sorry? The greatest birthday gift that LeBron James has ever gotten is the reality, the smack in the face that he's no longer an all-star.
The Craig Carton Show. Only on SportsGrid.
Like Alabama, right? Is there a team that scores more than Alabama? No, right? But they're actually an under team over the last couple of years because their numbers are so high. You get these Americans in Queens College or Denver. Who the hell's betting on them, right? Nobody. So the lines stay low. They're just like, no one's hopping all over that. But every time you see an Alabama game, you're betting over, but you're losing money because the numbers are so big.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Sometimes those coaches do get the axe regardless of what the owner said just a few short weeks ago. And sometimes, Joe, you can't have it both ways. Like a Jets fan, you probably want them to tank. They're doing a really good job of that by not even being competitive at this point. But at the same time, you sort of want it to be, we're not competitive winning games, but it looks like we have a future. We might have found our quarterback. We got a good foundation. Nothing is going right.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
He's out again. Anthony Davis is injured once again and is going to miss time with the Dallas Mavericks for a minor groin strain. Likely will miss a few games. And I don't even know what a few games is to Anthony Davis because Anthony Davis seems to always be missing time.
Pro basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the Grid. Scott and Gabe, we're talking with the coach, Terry Bowden, host of the Bowden Blitz scene right here on Sports Grid. So, quick thought, what in the world, Coach, happened to Alabama yesterday? I thought Indiana was going to win, but I didn't think they were going to win whatever it was, 38-3. And Simpson going out to me is no excuse. They were not winning that football game.
Well, I said this last week that I thought this had the best chance to be in a runaway game if Indiana played like I thought they could. Alabama didn't just develop this problem. They can't run the football. We said that halfway through the season. If they don't get better by postseason, they won't go very far. And they had 23 yards rushing. I think Indiana had 150. Indiana did their usual job of running and passing, 215 yards running, almost 200 passing. Typical balanced offense. They just commit. And Alabama right now, I guarantee it, they're being called soft. I mean, it looks like Indiana looks like the old Alabama teams. And Alabama looks like a team that doesn't understand that you've got to run the ball physically at Alabama to please the people, and you got to play physical defense. So, like I say, they've got to really do some thinking about how they're going to approach their game and look at their decision making, because they don't run the ball tough, and they're not a real physical team on defense.
They've lost that nasty edge. I said that yesterday too, Coach, during the game. They don't have that nasty edge on defense anymore. No. Is it DeBoer just too focused on offense only? Is it like a Lincoln Riley thing almost?
It's almost like I don't want to say Washington State, Washington West Coast, because they play great football too. But it doesn't seem like there was an old saying when I was at Auburn, because I followed the Bo Jackson here. They would rather run and lose than pass and win. They want to run and physically. But I do believe in postseason play, you got to play defense and smash mouth run the football and mix the passing. Indiana understands this. By the second half, Indiana was pounding them, and that's what's made them such a difficult team, because they can run and throw, and they do both of them very effectively.
How about Miami's physicality, guys? Hey, Coach, they're physical as they get. You want to talk about punishing football, the Miami Hurricanes with Fletcher and that offensive line, and Ruben Bain and the defensive line, man, they're just a physical football team.
Well, exactly. I mean, that's another team. They rushed for over 100 yards, and I think 150 yards total. The offensive line just dominated. And here's Ohio State getting 58 or so yards rushing. They couldn't run the ball. But not just on the offensive line did they win. They won the defensive battle. 5 sacks. They were all over that quarterback. And we said going into the game, if they can put some heat on Julian Sayin, he's not done well under pressure against Indiana, Texas early. They got after his fanny. And when they couldn't run, it got worse and worse and worse. Miami is playing they've really progressed like I had seen Georgia doing. Now they're doing it right now through the playoffs. It's going to be a great game because Ole Miss and Miami are both playing great football.
Yeah, where are we going to go with that one? What do you think initially?
They're 3.5 point favorites, guys. The off makers are caught up. Miami, they're favorites.
I will say this: Miami doesn't score a lot of points. If they've got to cut the scoring in half off of Ole Miss. If they can't get Ole Miss off the field any better than Georgia did, and Georgia pretty good, they won't score enough points to keep up with them. So right now, I lean toward, and I'm going to change my mind, but I just think if they don't slow down the offense at Ole Miss will be able to. I'd take them right now. First thought.
Yeah. How about Indiana and Oregon? Initial thoughts. Hoosiers laying 4.
You know what? Oregon
Rematch.
Really just. Well, I thought it would be a toss-up, and Texas Tech's defense would be the deciding factor, but it wasn't. It was Oregon's defense, but not just that. Neither team ran the ball for 100. Neither team could run. We knew they both had great rush defenses, and they both were explosive, but the problem was the quarterback differential was so great. Dante Moore threw for a ton of yardage. He kept them off balance, and Baron Morton just did not have enough. They had 4 turnovers for one, 4-1. That's a big factor in a game like that. But the fact that we had a dual threat quarterback with more talent that made things happen at Oregon, and then their defense dominated. So the score probably, it slowly got out of hand, but it was strictly a game where I thought Morton was overshadowed to the point that he didn't even look like, I didn't think he looked like he was in the same league as Dante Moore.
Yeah. You look, I watched that game as like, how is this team 13-1 or 12-1, whatever Texas Tech was? It was just like, man, they were just so overmatched.
Yeah, but it was like last year, Scott, with Indiana, right, Coach? Where Indiana had a great year and they got smoked by Notre Dame.
Yeah.
That first playoff game for programs, tough, Scott, right? It's the nerves.
I think y'all said the Big 12 is not the same thing. They didn't have enough competition.
Yeah. Coach, great job, man. We'll have you on again for sure. Terry Bowden hosting the Bowden.
Happy New Year, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
LeBron James gets that news today. What is today?
Today's his birthday.
Oh, I'm sorry. The greatest birthday gift that LeBron James has ever gotten is the reality, the smack in the face that he's no longer an all-star.
The Craig Carton Show. Only on SportsGrid.
Like Alabama, right? Is there a team that scores more than Alabama? You know, no, right? But they're actually an under team over the last couple of years because their numbers are so high. You get these Americans in Queens College or Denver. Who the hell's betting on them, right? No, but so the lines stay low. They're just like, no one's hopping all over them. But every time you see an Alabama game, you're betting over, but you're losing money because the numbers are so big.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Sometimes those coaches do get the axe regardless of what the owner said just a few short weeks ago. And sometimes, Joe, you can't have it both ways. Like a Jets fan, you probably want them to tank. They're doing a really good job of that by not even being competitive at this point. But at the same time, you sort of want it to be, yeah, we're not competitive winning games, but it looks like we have a future. We might have found our quarterback. We got a good foundation. Nothing is going right.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
He's out again. Anthony Davis is injured once again and is going to miss time with the Dallas Mavericks for a minor groin strain. Likely will miss a few games. And I don't even know what a few games is to Anthony Davis because Anthony Davis seems to always be missing time.
Pro Basketball Today, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back. In-game live game day here on the grid. Thanks again, Terry Bowden joining us, the coach, Bowden Blitz. How about, I don't know if you've checked Gabe lately, but have you seen the college basketball scoreboard of late?
No, I have not. So let me, it's very intriguing the way you've set this up. Oh, look at that. Huh? They're winning outright by 8, Seattle.
By 8. By 8. It's
23-15 early.
Yeah, 25-point dogs or whatever they were.
Who would have thought, Scott?
It's
the total was what, like 154, 155. We both liked it.
Yeah.
And it's 145 and a half now because Gonzaga aren't scoring enough. Like, that's who would have thought that. Like, they're the ones that are holding it back. We got 23 from Seattle already, but Seattle have come to play, Scott. Guys, they were 24.5-point underdogs, and now they're getting 7.5 only. They just scored again. They're up by 11 now, 26-15.
11.
They just hit a 3. They've come to play. Wow.
Got it. 8.5.
Dude, Gonzaga just got took to the
right?
brink in their last game, 99-93 against San Diego.
Yeah. So maybe this is, I can't imagine it being like a letdown game.
You know these teams get fired up, Scott, when they play Gonzaga.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
it's like, oh, yeah. Especially if you're Seattle, you've been beat up by these guys forever. Like, and now you're good. So it's like, all right, we got a real shot now, guys.
Yeah.
People didn't think so as 24-point underdogs, but I think Seattle's thinking we can win this game. Like, I think they came to play. They're getting plus 625 on the money line right now, for the record, if you want to do it.
Yeah. 6 minutes left first half. Gonzaga's lies down to 10.5 from 20-plus point favorites, boy. Yeah, and all these kids, they grow up in that area. They all want to go to Gonzaga, right? No one grows up and says, I want to go to Seattle and play basketball. So this is their Super Bowl. And they're good this year. They're not bad. So, what? And Ohio State has...
What's going on with the hockey? Oh,
yeah.
Every time I look at the hockey, Scott,
before.
it's not a game. It's like they had whatever, dude. It's like it's never hockey. I remember every time I turn it over.
Right.
The period has just started.
All right.
I don't know. It looks kind of cool, but it's terrible. Like the viewing for the fans. Like I don't understand why they put the rink where they do with this stuff always, Scott. Like it's basically in the middle. So like wherever you're sitting in the stadium, you don't really have a good view. And they have all this crap like around the ice. Like, so I don't know, like it looks good on TV though. I'll give them credit. I won't lie. It does look cool on TV.
Yeah, I just saw the Ranger game. You know what?
It's 3-0 though for the Rangers. We're on the Rangers, guys. It's 3-0. I've already been paid as the win. We got up by 3 at Bet365. So there's a win.
Yeah. You know what they have? I know it's going to sound goofy, but they got a lot of colors. You know, Rangers in red, white, and blue. Florida's in their beige and maroon. The
Panthers thing is stupid, Scott. The Panthers are wearing this uniform that try to make it look old, like it's vintage, right? Like it's the Heritage Classic, whatnot.
There is no old Florida Panthers, though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, just no, so it's cheesy. You're wearing these things that never existed before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't like it. I would have worn my regular uniform if I was there. I'm not a fan of the Panther look. The Rangers too. They have a different jersey, which they never wear different jerseys. They're wearing they got an alternate jersey tonight, which I actually kind of like.
That's just New York. Like they've had the
New York down the side,
but not like
it's just
that,
sort of old
though.
school.
Yeah, they've had,
and it's not white.
That
it's sort of cream. It's like an old white, off white. You know.
It looks like the shirts are like, they look like they're 50 years old. You just took them out of the closet. They look dirty. You know. I guess they can't. I guess they want the old look. Stands there because they would get in the way of the other people, maybe like in the corners. It's like you said, it's wide open.
They want to sell us, man. They want to sell the entire stadium. Me, I would just sort of put it like behind home plate. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Now this is
like, so you have the ice right there. Yeah,
what stadium is this?
No, this is where the Marlins play. Yeah, the baseball stadium.
Right.
They're playing at the football stadium, which I think could be cooler, actually. That cannon and stuff, you know what I mean? The Buccaneers Stadium, that's the next one next week.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see how they set that one up. Like, you got to make sure you get the pirate ship. Like, I'd have that behind the net.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you've got to use that as part of the base. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I would sacrifice half the stadium.
Me too. I'd be like, we're putting a damn rink here because I want that on TV all the time. You know what I mean?
All the time. Like here.
That'd be so cool. Like the cannon right behind the net and stuff. Like you have the goalie right underneath them. It'd look cool. Like look like a metal stage or something. You know what I mean? Like it's like a heavy metal band with the props behind them. Yeah. That'll be cool, but they'll screw it up. You know they'll screw it up, Scott. Yeah. We probably will never even see the damn cannon.
Yeah, I know. They'll put it on the other side of the field.
And they should have the cannon after every goal, too, like the touchdown. That'd be cool, too. Yeah. Fire it off after the goal, you know what I mean?
I would think they would, right?
Who is it? It's Tampa versus Boston, I think. It's Boston, I believe.
Yeah. I had the list there before when I was looking for the over-unders. They got a few coming up. I'll look at them, yeah. But when you watch it now, like you don't really... Well, they're showing the arena, when the game was in play. But it is kind of situated far from most of the people.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's not a great view. Like when they do it in the baseball, they put the rink right in the middle. Like they want to sell all the tickets. Yeah. So for the record, it's February 1st, actually, the game. So it's not next week.
Okay.
February 1st, Tampa Bay Lightning versus the Boston Bruins at Raymond James Stadium. I saw too, Scott, there. I'm surprised that it's that far apart because they were saying they're just going to take this setup and put it in a truck and basically drop it like in the state. You know what I mean? They're going to use the same ice, like it's the same, stuff. So I'm surprised they didn't do it like a quicker turnaround, like next week or something,
Yeah. And then they're doing it. They're not doing it again this year, which I find interesting.
No, I think next year
they've had
maybe
like
it's 2 years.
I don't know about 4, but they had 2024. I'm seeing they had 3 of them.
Next year, the Montreal Canadiens are playing in one against the Winnipeg Jets in Winnipeg. Right. So you want real hockey weather? We'll go to Winnipeg.
Yeah. That's cool.
Outdoors at the stadium where the Winnipeg Blue Bombers play, in a football stadium. And it's pretty cool because the stadium really only holds like 40,000 type of deal. So you'll have a good view. Like it works. Right. Like they've done it like in CFL stadiums, and they've done a good job. Like everyone's got a pretty good view and stuff.
I wonder if they would ever would they ever make it like once a month? Every team's got to play outdoors. It's probably too much of a hassle.
It's too expensive.
But I'm thinking
this costs them a lot of money to do this, to create the ice, and it's not cheap to keep this ice cold in Florida.
Down here, yeah. I'm thinking like Buffalo with the new, they
showed it 61 degrees. It's 61 degrees in Florida right now. They showed the temperature.
How are they keeping it cold? I mean, you go in a hockey arena, it's generally pretty cold.
A lot of money, Scott. They have like a system. There's underneath all kinds of pipes, and like it's complicated, but it's expensive. It's not cheap to keep this up.
Yeah.
Think about it, guys. You got to freeze it, like and you got to keep it like you got to keep it like this standard. It can't become all slushy and stuff. Like it's not cheap.
Right.
I like to find out how much it costs them to do this, but it's a lot. Yeah. It's a lot of money.
Like third period. And what's that ice going to be like third period? That's what I'm.
Yeah.
But it's funny. NFL's got to put warmers underneath their field to keep the stadium warm. The field
they've got
warm,
heaters under the field. Yeah. Heats the grass from. That's the whole thing. Like in the old days, guys, that was like a real frozen turf for real, Scott. Like these guys are getting drunk like on ice, basically. Right now, it could be minus 30, and it doesn't matter. The field is perfect. It's heated. There's like literally heat underneath the field, so it doesn't freeze.
Yeah, amazing. Couple NBA games here. How's our Denver Nuggets doing? Look at that. Without the Joker.
Oh, they doing it again? No Joker?
104. Yeah, beating Cleveland in Cleveland. They were was it double digits? I don't know if it was double digits, but they were close to 10-point dogs again.
I had Michigan over 97.5. They got to 96. 96-66. What a bunch of loot.
LeBron James gets that news today. What is today?
Today's his birthday.
Oh, I'm sorry. The greatest birthday gift that LeBron James has ever gotten is the reality, the smack in the face that he's no longer an all-star.
The Craig Carton Show. Only on SportsGrid.
Like Alabama, right? Is there a team that scores more than Alabama? No, right? But they're actually an under team over the last couple of years because their numbers are so high. You get these Americans in Queens College or Denver. Who the hell's betting on them, right? Nobody. So the lines stay low. They're just like, no one's hopping all over them. But every time you see an Alabama game, you're betting over, but you're losing money because the numbers are so big.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Sometimes those coaches do get the axe regardless of what the owner said just a few short weeks ago. And sometimes, Joe, you can't have it both ways. Like a Jets fan, you probably want them to tank. They're doing a really good job of that by not even being competitive at this point. But at the same time, you sort of want it to be, we're not competitive winning games, but it looks like we have a future. We might have found our quarterback. We got a good foundation. Nothing is going right.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
He's out again. Anthony Davis is injured once again and is going to miss time with the Dallas Mavericks for a minor groin strain. Likely will miss a few games. And I don't even know what a few games is to Anthony Davis, because Anthony Davis seems to always be missing time.
Pro basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Scott and Gabe checking out the action. They've reached halftime, SMU in Arizona, so that's 24-0. SMU was threatening to kick the field goal at the half. Nothing out of Arizona.
Wow.
Over-under's down to 50.5.
Dude.
I didn't see that coming.
Arizona are the ranked team between these two of them, too. I don't know how, but like they're the same record. But Arizona are the 17th ranked team in the country. They're actually pretty good, Arizona. Like they're a 9-win team. Like they're not, they're not fraudulent. You talked about Noah Fatima. They got a really good quarterback, and they're not. They won the last bowl game they were in. I don't know what the hell's going on with them today, Scott. They just got punched in the mouth, but they do have a half, and I would have almost preferred SMU to score a touchdown there, Scott. I was watching it at the end of the half, but for the record, Arizona's defense, they were kind of fired up, like getting the stop. They are down 24-0, but. Like, the defense were fired up after they stopped them and forced the field goal. And so it's like, is Arizona really going to get shut out? This is insane. The total's 50.5. Like, if Arizona can give us anything, we can get there.
Yeah. I mean, it's 4 touchdowns. I mean, you kind of figure they're going to score some. The fear is that they bench Fafita. I don't think they would.
No, they're not going to bench him. No,
let the backups, play.
No, they're going to want to. This is embarrassing. They're going to want to win. Like, this is embarrassing for them.
Yeah. They had a goal of, get 10 wins, which is, a decent little goal. They had a little something from what I was reading anyway.
Damn right. It's a big, it's a big thing. Yeah, no, they want the 10 wins. Like, this isn't a lack of. That's why I think, too much, guys, people put too much stock, or like I said, I told you this before, like we all try to be psychiatrists suddenly, like come bowl season. We're trying to like get into kids' heads or what their motivation is for players that we've never met personally in our lives, Scott. You know what I mean? Oh, they're going to think that, they're going to think that. It's like, no. Like, so Arizona's not losing because they don't care. They cared. They wanted to win this football game. They're just getting their ass handed to them.
Yeah.
I think, you're off for 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Some of these teams, their offenses just can't get back on track, Scott.
Yeah. More first half unders today. More yesterday. I'm telling you, that's been the MO of this bowl season. I'll have the final numbers Monday for us, but it's been under first halves.
And the Wake Forest game has slowed down even.
Yeah, they were at 24. So unless we get points, that one will go under. The Navy
they are moving the ball now a bit. So they're midfield here. There's only 38 seconds left, so they're trying to squeeze something out. Oh, boy. Wow. Interception. Just like that. Ooh. Mississippi State had the ball on the 45-yard line with 30 seconds left. So it's actually a pretty fun game. It's not solely high scoring, but it's a competitive game. Like they're both like really battling and hitting each other hard, these teams.
Yeah. Just weird that they're both going on at the same time. That's a little
the Duke's
strange.
Mayo Bowl.
Yeah.
I almost want to throw up and show it. I'm a little hungover. They keep showing the mayonnaise. I'm like, oh God, I want to see your mayonnaise, man. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's like out of all the bowls and all the publicity they pay, like the Duke's Mayo with the over the top of the head there. That I tell you what, people still talk about that. They're getting their money's worth. I don't know how much they pay for that sponsorship.
I don't want the. I don't know. It's not like a good reward getting mayonnaise dumped on you.
Like, you know what I mean? It's
like the other ones, they do it, but they don't really do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like the Frosted Flakes was cool. They like the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl, the Frosted Flakes, but like But like mayonnaise, it's not fun for the coach to get a big thing of mayonnaise dumped on his head. Like they're right away. They're always like, get this stuff off of me, man. Like it's in their eyes and stuff. Like,
and think about it. Like, you want people to like your product. You associate the product. But what do 95% of the people who see that say?
Everybody gets grossed out. Everyone's like, everyone says the same thing. You're right about that. Like,
mayonnaise again, right?
Almost everyone I talk to always goes, I don't like seeing. Like, it's true. Like, people don't want to see the product that they're selling.
Yeah. You're
it's
getting
disgusting.
publicity,
Yeah.
but it's not good publicity. It's like, no, you see it on the shelf and you think, oh yeah, that was gross. Give me the store product. Give me the helmet.
You know what though? I'm not a big mayo guy personally, so I'm not like a mayo expert or anything like that. But like, they have like a bunch of like different flavors. You know what I'm saying? Like mesquite mayonnaise, and it's bigger in the South. Like it's a Southern thing, you know. Different varieties. Like they're not. I don't think they have normal mayonnaise. Like all of it is, whatever. Like jalapeno, and you know what I mean. Like all sort of different flavors and stuff like that. You know.
Yeah. Here in the East, it's just basically the white kind, whatever you want to label that as.
Yeah.
But I've had
Hellmann's.
Hellmann's. Yeah, that's it. It's Hellmann's or nothing, basically. So, but yeah, you got a product, you're getting publicity, but people are like, ugh, with your product. Anyway.
Did you see the? It was cool.
I didn't
they
see
had
the
a
Frosted
big.
Flakes one. No.
Yeah, it was cool. On the side, they had a big like foam pool full of like, sort of like huge frosted flakes.
Oh,
like
right,
not real ones, but it was really cool. Like when Arizona State scored a touchdown, the kids like ran. He dove in, and the mascot dove in, and the whole team jumped in and was throwing the flakes in the air and stuff. Like, I thought the bowl season was a lot of fun this year. Actually, like people complain about it all the time, but if you think back, Scott, a lot of the games were really good. There really weren't too many bad games. There were a few, but there were a lot of entertaining games, a lot of great, stories, fun. The sponsorship stuff was fun. The Pop-Tart Bowl that's the one that people do like, Scott, eh? Like, it's amazing. The Pop-Tart Bowl has become like a trendy, fun sort of bowl game now.
Yeah, that one's got a lot of publicity.
They like it. Like the team sprinkle on their helmets, and like the trophy you get has a toaster in it with the Pop-Tart. Like, that's awesome.
That's kind of cool.
It really does have a toaster. Cool. The Pop-Tart comes out of it. Like, it's pretty badass. They got the giant toaster on the field after, and the players eat the pop. Like the Pop-Tart comes, this massive Pop-Tart comes out. Like, yeah, the Pop-Tarts they really enjoyed.
Yeah. So, did the Rangers just score again? They went to a commercial. I thought I saw them celebrating, but it's still FanDuel's showing 3-0. But I thought I saw them celebrating, but maybe not. Otherwise, they won't go to a commercial. Goofy little rule in hockey that they don't go to a commercial after a goal. I don't know if that's still in place, but that's a rule they always had. I guess they always thought that would be unfair.
Canada leading 5-0 over Slovakia right now in the World Junior Championships. You know what? I don't know. The U.S. tied it with a few minutes left. So let me see here. Yeah. Man, there's a lot of stuff going on tonight.
Yeah.
USA. Wow, USA lost in overtime 4-3. Finland beat them.
Wow. How about that? Nebraska's tied with Michigan State in the half. We'll close up shop next.
LeBron James gets that news today. What is today?
Today's his birthday.
Oh, I'm sorry. The greatest birthday gift that LeBron James has ever gotten is the reality, the smack in the face that he's no longer an all-star.
The Craig Carton Show. Only on SportsGrid.
Like Alabama, right? Is there a team that scores more than Alabama? No, right? But they're actually an under team over the last couple of years because their numbers are so high. You get these Americans in Queens College or Denver. Who the hell's betting on them, right? Nobody. So the lines stay low. They're just like, no one's hopping all over them. But every time you see an Alabama game, you're betting over, but you're losing money because the numbers are so big.
In-game live, only on SportsGrid.
Sometimes those coaches do get the axe regardless of what the owner said just a few short weeks ago. And sometimes, Joe, you can't have it both ways. Like a Jets fan, you probably want them to tank. They're doing a really good job of that by not even being competitive at this point. But at the same time, you sort of want it to be, we're not competitive winning games, but it looks like we have a future. We might have found our quarterback. We got a good foundation. Nothing is going right.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
He's out again. Anthony Davis is injured once again and is going to miss time with the Dallas Mavericks. For a minor groin strain, light league will miss a few games. And I don't even know what a few games is to Anthony Davis, because Anthony Davis seems to always be missing time.
Pro basketball today, only on SportsGrid.
All right, couple quick updates here. Seth Jones, by the way, from Florida, on the U.S. Olympic team, barely anyway, left the game with an upper body injury, which in the NHL, that could be a broken foot. Is not returning, so I don't know how serious it is, but just something to keep an eye on. And Seattle leads by 8 at the half at Gonzaga, 37-29. How about that? Now only 6.5-point favorites are the Zags.
24.5-point underdogs, guys. We gave them to you earlier. Let's get some points with the total. That Oregon State game is tipping off actually now. Oregon State are getting 5 now at Pacific. So I'm taking the Oregon State Beavers, and we're taking San Diego plus the 11.5.
All right. And I'm going to grab under St. Mary's with Portland under 146.5. Halfway decent number with an under team. So we got NFL tomorrow, Gabe. Well, you don't say this too often, but the NFL is almost taken a back seat to everything with the college football and everything else, the holidays. It's like, oh, by the way, you got 2 big games tomorrow. Carolina,
what about
Tampa
Sunday?
Bay.
What about Sunday afternoon, though, Scott? Like, is there anything Sunday afternoon in the NFL like to watch? Like Cincinnati, Cleveland, meaningless. Dallas, Giants, meaningless. Packers, Vikings, meaningless. Colts, Texans, pretty much meaningless. I guess, for seed, whatever, but even that, they know, like, not even. Like, there's, like, in the afternoon, there's no game, Scott. Chiefs, Raiders, meaningless. The one is the Broncos. Broncos, Chargers at 4:25. That's a real game.
Right.
Where the Broncos are trying to play, win home field.
Yeah.
And Herbert's not even playing.
No,
and it's 13.5 points. He's sitting it. Yeah.
You know what?
So it's not a real game.
Gabe? Yeah, listen, I say this all the time, and I just want to throw it out to reaffirm it. Like, all these teams, whether it's Chicago, whether it's the Chargers, whether it's the Eagles, they all have different seeds where they could land anywhere from 5 to 7, and they just don't care. They're resting their guys. They just
Harbaugh doesn't care. Yeah, he'd rather rest his guys and play whoever they play, right? Whatever happens, happens. But I'd rather have my guys rested.
Yeah, I mean, crazy.
I don't know why Buffalo. I'm actually part of it, Scott. McDermott says we're playing our guys. Yeah, he goes, no, we're playing our guys this week. We're not rest. I'm like, why?
Oh,
who cares? Why?
Good. Yeah, I hope he does, because I need 90 yards out of Josh Allen to get to my over 40, 100 or whatever it was number. Yeah, I need 90 more yards.
What? 90? What? 90 pass yards or rush yards?
Passing yards. Yeah, passing yards. Passing.
So you should be fine. Yeah.
Right. Play a half. You would think so, but that's why I was surprised that. Listen, I don't know how the ABC networks all work this out, but I was surprised that both of the important games were Saturday. I thought you would hold at least one over to Sunday.
Like Fox and CBS got nothing for Sunday afternoon now.
Yeah,
and then it's like the Raven game is Sunday night football. That's what I'm saying, guys. That Sunday afternoon slate is, and even fantasy football is done. So there's not even fantasy football anymore, right? Like, so there's like really proceed with caution. One thing I'll dig in tomorrow, Scott, on it is you talked about your prop, but little things like bonus players. You know what I mean?
Bonus players, yes.
Jefferson. What I don't know. Jefferson needed 83 yards to get to 1,000. I don't know what I didn't look at. What did he get last week? So like stuff like that. There's a few little. It'll be online. People usually dig in. I'll find it too. But that stuff's good to know. Like, if, meaningless game, whatever, guy on the Patriots needs 62 yards or 4 catches or whatnot, like, the quarterbacks know, too. Like, that's why they like Ryan Fitzpatrick. There was a cool story of Ryan Fitzpatrick was in a huddle once, and, like, it was the last game of the year. And he told like, a receiver that didn't play that much, and he goes, I got your back, bro. He goes, I looked up your bonuses. I know you need 5 catches. And Fitz told him, I don't even care if they call the plays or not. I'll throw you the ball. Like, he told him. He goes, he told him before the game, you'll get your catches. You'll get your bonus. I'll throw you the ball. So stuff like that is good to know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's a lot of them. I'll give a plug here because I really like their website. Action Network has it. It's in one of the stories. You got to hit an icon. And if you hit the icon and it says, okay, incentives, and it lists all of them. And there's a lot, so you got to weed out the perfect ones are
the star players too, Scott. Don't worry about the star guys. They don't really care about the money, right? Like they have so much money. It's like, yeah, whatever. Like, but the backups that only make like $800K a year, like $1 million and a half a year, it matters to them. Like that extra $50K, $250K bonus. They want it.
Yeah. And some of these bonuses are like $1 million. Eric Armstead for Jacksonville needs 1.5 sacks for $1 million.
Wow.
Jonathan Taylor, here's if you want to play an overprop, he's battling your guy James Cook for the NFL rushing.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
he'll care.
He would really he would care about stuff like that, right? So Action Network has to be. All right, hope you guys made some fun. Games back tomorrow. I'll be back in 4. We'll talk to you then.